into a little bit of politics, but we're going to get into policy. Okay? We'll look at politics because it's kind of confrontational and fun. But I'm going to spend about 2 minutes on politics, and then we need to talk about policy. Because policy is what helps us run our lives. Policy is what buys the bread. Policy is what pays the insurance. Policy is what we need to do when we're looking at our mortgages, okay? Politics is fun. 2 minutes on politics. We are a Democrat and Republican state that has a Republican-focused government. Our governor is Republican, the majority in the House of Representatives is Republican, the Florida Senate is Republican. So it makes it a little difficult whenever you have one party that is so much in control and the other party that is such a minority. And I don't care if it's Republican or Democrat. Years and years ago, not that many years ago, but before you and I were here, there was a Democratic majority in Tallahassee. And the Republicans had offices in the basement. Okay. So now it's turned the other way around. We're not quite in the basement, but they don't treat us with a lot of respect. And I don't think that's correct. So these state representatives have done an amazing job putting up with a majority that was not their party. And so they had to fight a little harder. And Representative Bill Hager, who is a Republican, also fought very hard. Because I have to say, as a Democrat, that if it wasn't for the moderate Republicans, we would not be where we are today. Thank goodness for the moderate Republicans, because they helped us. And I don't want to denigrate anybody because of their political party. So, maybe next political season, we will have a better turnout by Democrats, and we'll have a balance. We need a balance. And it makes for government to move a lot easier if we have enough Democrats and enough Republicans, so we can really have a dialogue. We can really have a dialogue here at home. First of all, education. Education had a beating, okay? Had a big beating, $1 billion cut from education. Why? Because they can. Because they can, all right? So what do we do about education? This is what we do. We have this Blue Ribbon Committee. Ed Berger is on. In fact, he's one of the heads of it. Blue Ribbon Committee. We get together, and we're going to go to every public school in different categories. And our committee is going to visit these public schools, and we're going to see what they need. And then we're going to provide it for them. Because I have found out one thing in my 5 years now, that if you keep butting heads all the time, you're not going to get anything done. I want to get something done. This is the reality. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the reality. It's a tough year. And it's going to be tough next year. But there's still money up there. There's money there. How do we find out and how do we get it? First, we find out what the need. If you want to become part of this Blue Ribbon Committee, contact Ed Berger, contact Lad, sign up for it. We are going to visit various elementary schools, middle schools, high schools, out in Glade, out over here in Palm Beach County. We're not going out of Palm Beach County. We're going to look at charter schools. We're going to look at virtual schools. We're going to look at private schools, religious schools, and we're going to find out exactly what's going on in them. What do the teachers need specifically? And then we're going to get the money for it. Education. Energy. Great energy bill. I'm on the Energy Committee. Didn't pass. Didn't pass. Okay? So what do we do about it? We have an Energy Committee. We're going to visit the nuclear facilities that are within our reach. What do you mean within our reach? Well, you know what happened in Japan. I found out that we cannot have an earthquake in South Florida. We cannot have an earthquake. Just cannot. Cannot. We cannot have a tsunami here. No. Because of the islands. Can't reach us. Don't go to the Bahamas, though. Okay? But we cannot have a tsunami. What do we have here? Some of the highest winds ever recorded. Some of the most violent lightning storms in the United States. Are our nuclear facilities safe? Well, they say they are. But then they said they were in Japan. So we're going to go visit the nuclear We're going to go visit Dania, where they have, not Highline, I know you're in Dania, I'm going to sign up for that thing. They have the new renewable energy from Florida Atlantic University, where they take energy from underneath the Gulf Stream. And if you're really interested, what's the name of it? Geothermal. See, she knows it already. If you never get seasick, you can take a boat out there, and you can watch, I never do this, by the way, but you can go out there and you can watch them go down, and they actually record the energy flow, and then it comes back in a pipe, and it's amazing. And this is what we have, and this is what we can do about energy. We can start the processes now. Insurance bill. Gosh, that hurt. Insurance bill hurt. Well, I got mad at the insurance agents. And I put them up again. They're nice guys. Did you ever meet an insurance agent you didn't like? They're so nice, you know, because they want to sell you something. They want to sell you something, all right? They're just nice guys. But I said, you guys are such a nice guy, you're not going to get my vote. But I want you to do something. I want you to do something. Because I know this one's going to pass. I want you to come to my district. No political speeches. I want you to set up tables. All the various insurance companies that do business, that take our money, including citizens. And I want you to set up tables, and we're going to have a workshop. And my people are going to bring their policies. And we're going to find out how you can help them save money.
Insurance company?
Insurance company. That's right. And if you're not, then we're going to have the Office of Insurance Regulation there as well. Okay? Look, it's going to hurt, but we might as well face them with our policies and see exactly what the situation is, rather than complaining and whining about it. Let's get them down on the table. Let's bring their computers. Let's see how we can, if our insurance policy is going to be that bad for this season, let's see if we can't get another one. And how much it's going to cost, since they're hurting us so bad under the law. So, this is what I'm doing. This is what I look forward to. It's been a tough, these guys really, let's give them a round of applause. They did an amazing job. Very difficult situation, and they fought very, very hard for us, each and every one of them. And I tell you, they were up against the wall for them. So, I'm Maria Sachs, I'm your state senator, and whatever I can do for you to make this a little bit easier for you, in terms of these laws that they have passed. Now, just want to continue with one thought. And this is something that we don't deal a lot with, and that's prisons. This is something that I've been very passionate about. Our prison system here is antiquated. Of course, you know, let's not forget, we're in the South. We're in the South. You remember those old movies with Paul Newman, you know? This is the South. Now, they know that prisons are not doing well financially. It costs $10 million to build a new prison, 43% recidivism, you do the math. It's a great business to be in. And the state's been paying them. So somebody came up with an idea. He says, you know what? He's a moneymaker. He's a moneymaker. He said, I'll take over the prisons. Let's privatize the prisons. Okay? It's a private company named Geo, based in Boca Raton. Smart man. But next thing I know, they want to privatize the prisons. Well, where do they want to privatize the prisons? I'll tell you something. The prison industry is in Central Florida, where Rayford, Union is. And the prison industry grew up in Central Florida over 100 years ago, because the people had no employment. So they looked around and they said, you know what? We ought to build a prison here. That way Bob and Billy Bob and Susie Q and Debbie Q and everybody, they can have jobs. So they've been doing this prison industry there for over 100 years. And it loses money. And where are they going to privatize the prisons? Down here in South Florida. Down here in South Florida. So we're going to do something about that. So if you want to get involved, basically you have to stand up and do it. And you as presidents have that kind of personality already. Sign up with Gladys, who's in the back of the room in a red suit, and let us know that you want to get involved. In the meantime, if you want to get involved with these insurance workshops so that we can face our insurance companies and have them face us, let Gladys know, and I'll make arrangements to have it at your particular club.